All right, hi everybody. This is a video to show you how to enter data for repeated measures ANOVA with a between subjects factor. This, for those of you doing option 1 of the data collection assignment, this is how you'd enter your data. So I have gender as my between subjects variable. I just entered data for 15 males and 15 females. So just typed in their gender that way. And then my repeated measures factor is looking at how much energy people say they have on a scale from 1 to 10 before 10 a.m. and after 9 p.m. So it's the same sample, 30 people measured twice, their energy before 10 a.m. and then their energy measured after 10 a.m. or after 9 p.m. Sorry. So these are the data that I got. Scale from 1 to 10. This person said 4 before 10 a.m. and then they said their energy was at 7 after 9 p.m. and so on. Just entered the data. This data has to be numerical. It's got to be on an interval ratio or continuous scale for the repeated measures. And the between subjects factor has to be a categorical variable. I've got a dichotomous categorical variable, but you can have more than 2 categories. You can also have more than 2 measures. So you can have the same thing measured at 3 different times, 4 different times, whatever. But the minimum you can have is 2 different time points. Okay, so I've entered the data. It's all in there. I go to File, and I say Download, and I want to download comma-separated values, a .csv file. So I do that. It downloads here, and then I got to open up JASP. Open up JASP. I go to Open, and I go to Computer, and I want to look at my Downloads folder. And there's my repeated measures data example, and I open it. All right, so now we're in JASP, and you can see I got the same spreadsheet that I created in Google Sheets. And now I just need to analyze it. So I'm going to do a repeated measures ANOVA. This gets a little bit confusing. So level 1, level 2 means really time point. The first measure is level 1, so that's energy rating before 10 a.m. Second measure is level 2. If we had 3 time points, there'd be a level 3, and you would just click on that and add it, but we don't have that, so let's not worry about that. And then our between subjects factor goes here. Then we can look at our data. RM factor means the repeated measure factor. So that is the within subject difference between the 2 time points. This is known as a main effect for the within subjects factor or the repeated measure. It is statistically significant, and that tells us that energy overall, energy ratings, when you combine males and females, is different before 10 a.m. than it is after 9 p.m. And then this is the interaction. So is the change in energy from before 10 a.m. to after 9 p.m., does that change look different for males and females? Does the energy rating change depend on your gender? That interaction is also statistically significant. And then you also get what's a main effect for the between subjects factor. On average, when you collapse the 2 time points together, do males and females differ in their energy rating? And the answer is no. That main effect for the between subjects factor is not statistically significant. So if we want to scroll down and look at some of our options here, let's see. We can get the marginal means. And we can see, remember, this main effect for the within subjects factor is statistically significant. It looks like on average, when you collapse genders, people have more energy at night than they do in the morning. I know that's true for me. You can also look at the marginal means for gender and see that on average, females report being less energetic when you collapse the 2 time points than males do. But that's not a statistically significant difference, as we saw up here. And then you get the breakdown of within genders across the 2 levels. And you can see that for females, their energy level is about the same in the morning and in the evening, but for males, their energy level is much lower in the morning than it is in the evening. So if you want a picture of that, you can get a plot, and it looks like that. Females average pretty similar across the 2 time points, males way different. And if you look in the middle here and were to find the average of males and females and the average of males and females here, you would see that the average for level 2 is higher than the average for level 1. That's the main effect for across time points. On average, people have more energy in the evening. But when you say that people are more energetic in the evening than they are in the morning, you can see here that's really true for males, but not so much for females. That difference in energy level between the morning and the evening depends on your gender, and that is an interaction effect. So that's how it works. That's how you enter data for your projects, and that is how you analyze it and interpret it in JASP.